Hello, Kentuckiana. School bus driver caught texting and driving. Southwestern School Systems. Linda Boldry, we have contacted her. She did not comment at this time on this video. But however, we do have 3 other interviewees who were a part of this, and we're going to speak with them in just a couple of minutes. We've got Director of Transportation at Southwestern School System, Jeff Brooks. He's the former Director of Transportation following this incident. Also, we talked to Superintendent Telfer of the Southwestern School Systems, and we have Sergeant Chris Kath of the Indiana State Police, who was aware of this incident as well. We're going to hear from them right now. So we've called in the former Director of Transportation, Jeff Brooks. He was the director at the time, to ask him a few questions about this. Jeff, were you aware of this situation?
Yes, I was made aware of it. I had a parent call in, and we reviewed the footage of it. And
Okay.
Sure enough, we had a driver that was texting and driving with children on the bus and talking on the phone. And yeah, that's pretty much, it is what it is.
Yeah, and tell me a little about what happened when the parent made you aware of it. What was your, I mean, being the director, what was your next step there to?
Well, we followed procedure. I'd done a write-up, and it went nowhere. It was discarded, and I checked with Michael Rocco of the state of Indiana. I rely on him for a lot of information. And
he's the Director of Transportation?
He's the director for the state
Okay.
of Indiana. And he got a hold of the state police and issued a citation based upon the video footage, because it was just so obvious.
Right.
So I got a trooper came down and issued her a citation.
And for the school buses in Southwestern, there's, as you'll see in the video footage that we have here, are there video cameras on all the school buses like this? Is this just a normal thing?
Yes, every bus has a camera.
Okay, just for safety and.
Oh yes, for safety.
Okay.
For the driver, for the children, for everybody involved, cameras play a great. It's a great thing on a school bus.
Okay, and you recently resigned as the Director of Transportation at Southwestern. Can you tell me why?
It was because of issues like this. I felt that child safety shouldn't take a back seat to nepotism and favoritism, and I cannot feel that the responsibility if a child got hurt, knowing this stuff was going on and not being able to do anything about it, and that's why I resigned.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for speaking with us today, Mr. Brooks. Appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thank
Okay.
you.
The issue that you're talking about is a personnel matter, and I really can't comment on personnel issues. We've taken care of the situation, and we've dealt with it, and we're moving forward.
Okay, so is there anything you can comment at all about the bus driver being caught? Anything you can say about what happened necessarily, or just was there a bus driver caught texting and driving? I mean, is there anything there you could speak to?
What you're talking about is a personnel issue there, Stefan.
Okay.
And it's a personnel matter, and we've dealt with it. We've taken care of it, and we're moving on with it. Really can't comment on it. So.
Okay. Not a problem. Well, we thank you, Mr. Telfer, for speaking with us today.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too, sir.
Bye.
And we just spoke to Mr. Steve Telfer there. He is the superintendent of Southwestern School Systems. All right, we've got Sergeant Chris Kath of the Indiana State Police with us. Sergeant Kath, could you tell me real quick, briefly, of school bus drivers and professional drivers, what is the laws with them talking on their cell phones or texting while driving?
That specific violation is identified in the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulation 392.80 and 392.82. And if we back up and go to Section 390.3, the general applicability of the federal regulations, school bus operations as defined in 390.5 are exempt, with the exceptions of 392.80 and 392.82. So it thereby puts school bus operators back into the regulations with regards to using a cell phone, whether it's texting or talking.
Okay.
And then it also accepts them and puts them back into the regulations in regards to the violation. It is 391.15 E and F. After 2 or more convictions, the driver's license is to be suspended for 60 days, and after 3 or more, it's suspended for a total of 120 days each time.
Okay, okay. And we're talking more specifically at an instance that happened at Southwestern Schools down here in Hanover, Indiana. I guess there was a ticket issued to a driver down here. Can you tell me a little bit about that incident?
Yes, we had received notice that there was a video existed. Another state agency director had asked me to look at it, and I was absolutely appalled to find this video of a school bus driver texting and talking on her cell phone multiple occasions while she was driving, not only with students on board, but also while she was loading and unloading the students. She was actually paying more attention to the cell phone than she was to the students getting on and off the bus and while they were riding the bus. Furthermore, there's actually one alarming instance in the video where it appeared she pulled into the middle of an intersection to pick the kids up, which our best practice that we recommend is that you pull forward or you stop before or after the intersections to load and unload.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And so what happened? Do they just get a ticket on their first instance of something like this?
Well, actually, Trooper Boyd, who does the school bus inspections for that area, I contacted him, asked him to get in touch with the school and look into the matter and see which was the best way to handle it. He also contacted I believe it was the Scott County Prosecutor's Office, the county where it occurred, to contact them and get the prosecutor's opinion on how to proceed with it. And from that point, we decided, Trooper Boyd decided to go ahead and issue a traffic citation for texting while driving.
Okay. And I don't know if you know the answer to this, but I'm just curious. Do you know what the general policy of schools are or something like this? If they catch a driver doing this, are they supposed to turn them in or keep it in-house? Do you have any idea, or is that just schools?
There's no set policy that the school has to report them to law enforcement.
Okay.
It's not a general practice that it's done that way. However, I think every school should have a policy that strictly prohibits it, especially since it is against the law. And number one, it's not in the best interest of the safety of the students, and that's why we do what we do.
Right, absolutely. All right, well, thank you, Sergeant Kath, for speaking with us today. We very much appreciate it here on WKM News, and thanks for your time. So you've now heard the facts from the people involved in this situation. We just want to bring awareness to situations going on in the Kentuckiana area. Thank you. From WKMnews.com, I'm Stephan DiLorenzo.